Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about healing and healing yourself. I'm going to be talking about my own personal experience with how I healed and how I changed my mindset. And basically, I feel like I reprogrammed my mind. It is possible to heal. I had a lot of trauma and childhood trauma that needed to be healed. I was an addict and I suffered from anxiety. On a side note, I'd like to add that I believe that everyone's trauma is different. No two people have the same type of trauma. We might have the same experiences as other people, but when it comes to somebody who has trauma, there are many different forms that I've learned. I've taken a trauma class. So no two people are going to be the same. And I'm not here to say that my trauma is any worse than anybody else's or that theirs is worse. No two people's experiences are the same. And so for anyone to say, well, I had it worse than you did, so how would you know? Well, I don't know. All I know is from my own personal experiences and what I know to be my own traumas that affected me as I grew up into adulthood. It affected my everyday life. And I have managed to change my mindset and heal from my personal experiences where I had put tags in my brain as a young child where I believed that it was always going to be a certain way. And that wasn't true at all. Our mind is a very powerful and tricky thing, but you can conquer it and you can change your mindset. You can reprogram your mind and take back your life. I did it, and it has changed my whole world for the better. Was it easy? No, but I feel that more people need to know about this because I know that my experiences that I went through, I don't want anybody to ever feel the way that I did or the way that I was thinking subconsciously that I wasn't worthy, I wasn't enough, that I was a burden. All of that was not true. But subconsciously, that's what I believed. And my actions and my behavior were showing it as well. There are 3 levels of the mind. There is conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. Briefly, conscience defines our thoughts, actions, and awareness. Subconscious is our reactions and actions when we think of things. And subconscious is the deep recesses of our past and our memories. Now I'm going to get into where some of my personal experiences came in. And with knowing this, I'm hoping may help other people because it helped me. Now, you don't have to just take my word for it. I learned a lot about consciousness and subconsciousness from masterminds.com. Dean and his team have a lot of content and material and videos that are very beneficial and helpful, I believe, for many people. And I know that I was able to do some hypnosis videos that helped me to visit my past where I had put tags in my brain for those, I'm going to call them the self-sabotaging beliefs that were not true, that I had placed in my head that made me believe and think things were a certain way and that it was always going to be that way. But it was a tag that I had put in my subconscious mind. And I was able to revisit the past of memories that I didn't even remember about. But it was very helpful. And so I'm going to share one now. So in the hypnosis, I revisited a time where I was a little girl, and I believe we were in California. I was in the middle of the living room, and I was crying, and I was scared, and I felt alone. I do not know where anybody was. Nobody was around. But at that moment, that is when I had the thought, because I'm trying to understand all what, as you're a child, you're a sponge and you're just trying to learn and you're observing and you're taking in the world and all your experiences. And at that moment, I had processed that moment and that experience, where I believed that I was alone. And I told myself that it was always going to be that way. I was always going to be alone. And that was not true. But with me revisiting that moment and realizing I'd put that tag there, it helped me to understand in the present moment where I felt like I was always alone and why nobody ever stuck around. Once I changed that tag, I noticed a big difference. And it was very healing once I had understood that. So I could reprogram and change that mindset. By reprogramming my mind, I mean by doing affirmations. So I had started with saying, I am not alone. I am worthy. I am enough. I am loved. And at first, I didn't believe these things about me. And I thought they were stupid. And at first, it was really hard for me to get into the pattern of doing affirmations every day. So one of the biggest ones that helped me was doing the mirror challenge. So I wrote the things that I did not believe about myself on my mirror. And they say to keep it up for about 2 weeks, but I left the ones that I wrote on my mirror for 2 to 3 months. And so I put on there, you are enough. I put, Sarah, you are loved. I put, you are worthy. You got this. Just anything positive. And the more that you look at it, the theory is that when you look at it or when you hear it about yourself, your brain will eventually start to believe it. So with doing this, it's been 2 years since I started, and I can proudly say that now I know that I am enough. I know that I'm worthy. I love myself. It worked, and it can work for you too. Um, I hope that this helps, and I will be making more videos. This is just the first small introductory of what I did to begin my healing process. I had to become self-aware. So stay tuned because I will be making more videos. And if you like my content, please like and subscribe. And I want to thank all of my viewers and all of my subscribers. I love you all. And until next time, we'll see you then.